Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Total War Rise of Mordor. Joining me today on this glorious battlefield is my arch nemesis pixelated Apollo.
Hey, good to be here. Excited for this 2v2.
Yeah, and last time we did some siege battles, which were a hell of a lot of fun, so we thought today we'd dive in and take a look at this ongoing field battle that is hopefully going to shake up how things are going in the world, because not only do we have Gondor and the elves coming together, a classic alliance, we also have the men of Dale who have been brought into the corruption of the Easterlings. So yeah, you know, two sides you don't really get to see too often, but are two very strong forces nonetheless.
Yeah, it looks like the Easterlings like paid them off or maybe conquered them and now are just, using them for their world conquest. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I mean, the Dales are no pushover. The Dalians are no pushover. They bring some pretty hefty units to the battlefield. Yeah, something along them lines. The Bardings are some of the best units in the game. But quickly, before this battle does start, I'll go ahead and take a look at the Gondorians. So on their extreme left flank, we do have 2 units of Gondorian cavalry. Again, just pretty standard units that can kind of go toe-to-toe with almost anything of their class. Another 2 just behind that as well. So they're really stacking up this left flank with horses. On their front line, we have 4 units of archers, 2 of the cheaper Blackroot Vale archers, so men from the, I guess, the fifths of Gondor, and then in the center we have the standardized Gondorian archers, the glorious looking men of the Great White City. Behind that we have, I think, 4 units of Gondorian sword infantry, 5 units of Gondorian sword infantry. The flanks we have the Prince's Coast Guard, which is going to be, really there to able and just kind of really push the advantage in their favor when it comes to the cavalry fights. We have the general, who is a Citadel Guard back there, and then over on the other side, the elves. The elves have a fairly small roster, but hopefully getting more in the future. We have Noldrin Nobles, that really elite pike unit. However, they're going a bit too close to that Archer Barding unit, so that's going to be pretty scary for them. We also have a line of Noldrin Swordsmen, some archers back there, and also a couple units of cavalry as well. So you want to really quickly run over the other side before the battle does get kicked off?
Yeah, I'll go super fast because I know this is about to start. So on Dale, on the far flank, they've got their Dale Cav. They got some merchant escorts. So yeah, really cool units there. In the front, they've got some pikemen, it looks, the Lake Town Guards. So they're both kind of setting up similar to the elves with their pike-like units in the front. Then we got some archers, the Bardings, very good archer unit. And then in the back, we've got some shipmen who just got off their ships, ready to fight some enemies. And then he's got the Vinland Guards in the back for his general. And there we go, shots have been fired, and they are... they're shooting at each other. On the other side, we got the Easterlings. In the front, we've got the Luke Rim Archers. I never know how to pronounce the Easterling names. Then moving past them, we've got some Macemen. Very cool, very awesome unit. And then we also have, it looks like a halberd. Yeah, the halberdiers as infantry. He also, in the far back, he's got some Vareg warriors, which are awesome looking. And then finally, he has his cav, his general, and the Vareg Lancers, which are really cool.
Yeah, nice. So pretty standard armies. We've already got a cavalry fight in the center of the battlefield. The elves charging in against the merchant escort, which I imagine are not being paid enough to fight against these elite horses.
Ooh. And some arrows coming in from Gondor. They're just shooting into the blob.
Yeah, they really do not want to be doing that, because every elf that goes down is extremely valuable compared to these merchant escorts, who are definitely the cheaper unit engaged here. But luckily, they've taken a page out of the Alexander book. They've engaged with cavalry, pulled in infantry, and then retreated that cavalry out to give them that better advantage. So it's always nice to see the cavalry moving all the way around. I wonder if his cavalry is going to go in for maybe one of the general units, some of the archers maybe, or if they're going to get... I don't think they want to waste it, maybe. Yeah.
Well, look at this is a risky move. The elves have sent up their general in the front.
Oh my god, what the hell is he doing? Gee, and he's about to get completely recharged.
He's a warrior general.
That cav is coming to save him, but they're not going to be able to achieve that. And look at that. Oh my god.
Oh.
They're pulling out again. I don't know why they didn't commit to that. I guess it is the Eastling general, but I would have committed to just hammering that Noldrin Noble unit right there.
Yeah. That's the general. You take him out, you're looking pretty good.
I mean, again, they are elves, though, so it's not like crazy that, your unit still probably wouldn't rout immediately anyway. So it's not like the end of the world if your general dies as the elves compared to, like, Mordor. But
That's
still,
true. And then look at what, on the other side of the Elven army, we've got some cav engagements. Dale charging in their cav against the stationary, Elven cav unit, and it's getting wild over here. And meanwhile, on the other side, it's pretty calm.
Yeah, they're kind of almost just like waiting to see what happens, neither side wanting to overcommit to this battle. I mean, realistically, I always love it when people take advantage of these battles. If, the Eastlings were just to quickly shift their entire army and hit the elves in the back, that would be so huge right now, because by the time that Gondor would be able to react, they would already be engaged in that fight. And you're seeing some Gondorian cavalry being shifted over from that left flank to actually reinforce the elves on this side, realizing that this is obviously a pretty crucial battle to actually go ahead and win. So 2 units are being sent over. They could either go through that gap that's being created between the 2 armies, or actually move over if the elves do need that help. But as we're seeing, the Elven cavalry is actually performing extremely well, completely outclassing the horses from Dale.
Yeah, that's the thing about the elves. They're definitely more quality over quantity. But yeah, you're right. If I was the Easterlings, I would have been sending over units yesterday. Like, this is just prime opportunity to harass the elves and support your teammate.
And one of the big mistakes I think the Elven player is falling into right now is, he's kind of playing into the Dalian army line of all these archers. Like, these Bardings are extremely expensive units, and the Elves don't really have many units that do have shields to protect them. So right now, the Dalians are just being able to get all these shots off on pretty exposed infantry.
Yeah.
But you can see the quality shining through in the center. They've basically cleared up a lot of the enemy lines in the center. Oh, and look at that Gondorian cavalry that tried to make it through, tried to go after the Bane of the Steppe, and unfortunately did not quite make it.
The Varg Lancers protect the flank.
Yeah, intercepting that, protecting that wounded general as best as they could. And again, the Bardings able just to continue to get more and more volleys off to help out in this fight. And it's, right now it's looking pretty good. I mean, as I said, that right flank with the reinforcements of Gondor, that cavalry turning up has really helped them out. But I mean, so far it's looking pretty good for the elves, I would say. They've managed to really dive deep into the enemy lines.
This is a problem. If you're the Easterlings, you got to either attack Gondor now or send more over to help Dale. Yeah.
And that's
because
exactly,
he's going to get a 2 versus 1 very soon.
That's exactly what they're doing, though. The cavalry has now engaged. The Lancers engaging against the Gondorian cavalry. So that battle has kicked off on that flank. I mean, you need to be careful, because the Lancers are much more of like a shot cavalry unit. They're heavy spear cav, whereas the Gondorian cavalry can definitely do a lot more in that melee combat. So unless reinforcements arrive, they're going to be up against it. However, as I say that, you can see the axe is actually arriving just in time.
Oh, they got to get in there.
Yeah,
there they go.
And then the cavalry is like, nope. Yeah, there's no way they will be able to win that. The infantry just being able to make it there just in time. We also do see some cavalry, though, from Gondor, or some Elven cavalry actually getting in onto the Bardings as well, which is a nice little charge right there over on the other flank.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But they're still they're still just able to absolutely smash the Noldrin Noble unit that's just being made, like, run around the Rosie right there. There's no way. Like, they're just running and getting shot by the Bardings. They just cannot keep up with them whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really the only hope that Dale has is these archers, or are these archers. And they are, well, I mean, they're kicking butt right now, but as soon as they run out of ammo, it's going to be tough for them. Yeah, well, look at, they've kind of look at did they push back the Elven infantry pretty much? I mean,
well, there wasn't really that much Elven infantry to begin with, honestly. There was a couple units of them Noldrin Nobles, which are very low now. The archers have done their job, and then a couple units of shock infantry. I mean, everything else was just really committed to that cavalry fight in the right-hand side. So the sides aren't looking, I mean, they kind of look pretty even on that side. And oh, here we go. Gondor have now fully sent their lines into the Loke Rim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fully into the Maceman. And this is always such an interesting matchup because, like, both of these infantrymen are, like, the best standard infantry in the game, really. They're just really good. They're not, like, exceptional. They're nothing crazy. But they're just, like, really good standard infantry. If you want a unit to hold the line, these are the two you pick. So whenever they go up against one another, it's always an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, Rune has their halberds kind of in the back here. That might give them the edge in this infantry fight. So I think Gondor is going to have to do something creative with their cav.
Yeah, exactly. You can actually see a lot of this yeah, we've got some lancers in the back as well, already making it onto the Gondor archers, who have not really spent a lot of their ammunition, which is a real shame because arrows fly so quickly in this mod now that you really need to just kind of like blow your load early, get all them shots out, and then just kind of use your archers, because it prevents stuff like this from happening, where you end up losing a lot of your Gondorian bowmen when they still have ammunition left, and you know can still impact the battle. Because if this unit routs or ends up dying, that's absolutely huge. We are seeing some of the Elven cavalry reinforcing and the Gondor cavalry on that right flank making its way all the way back around to try and reinforce here.
The Easterling general went in for a charge, but got destroyed by archers.
Oh no, is he down? There you go.
He's down, yep.
That's going to be a big hit. That could definitely give them the edge as well in this infantry fight. You know, as number, yeah, look at the morale. Oh my god, the morale on both sides is actually awful in that front line. The Eastlings are definitely suffering a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a big cav engagement going in the back. It looks like Gondor is... They're winning in the center, but in the far flank, they are getting crushed by the Varg Lancers.
Yeah, the cavalry is really swinging in their favor. That's probably just down to the fact that they sent 2 over to help the elves, and they didn't really win that battle decisively enough to make it worth it. So now the Eastlings are really able just to use that cav advantage and get onto many of the units. But more Gondor cavalry enforcing. They've kind of dealt with a lot of the center. And now that's a unit.
Looks like we got a flank.
Yeah, indeed.
Gondor. Yeah.
And in this mod, flanks are just so deadly. They really are. They can absolutely annihilate entire divisions, especially when they don't have a general either to keep them together.
That's true, but Rune does have a secondary line of halberds. They could easily like turn them around, but he's not going to do it. And
oh, it's just too late.
He gets, yeah.
That charge was also absolutely appalling. But maybe it's enough to break. Oh, they're flashing. They could try and wrap up that flank.
It's close. They're breaking the swordsman.
Yeah, and now we have to be really careful because them Loke Room are going to turn around and basically just create an iron fortress of no entry whatsoever.
The balance of power is dead even right now. It's impossible to tell who's going to take this
Gondor's
one.
line is completely collapsing though. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. That's not a good sign. But the Gondor Cav trying to save them.
Oh my god, that was a good charge. Finally ripping through that line.
But I don't think it's enough to save the infantry.
No, me neither. Me neither. There's still so much left.
Yeah, I think this is going to be... I think finally we're seeing a side take control of the battlefield. And Rune might take this one. But what's going back over here with the elves and...
Oh,
it looks like the elves
going.
are going to clean up. Yeah, they're still fighting.
Yeah, well, they're pretty much just fighting the Bardings now, who are a very solid infantry unit, but still... not going to stand up until all the other pressure, but, you know, the elves just have the numbers in this one.
It's too much. They don't have their general. It's over. And it looks like Rune, unless Gondor can pull off a miracle with his archers, because they still have a ton of ammo, and if they can get some good hits, but yeah, it's possible, but
I'm really surprised more of them arrows weren't like being slung at the beginning of the battle, because that's really what you just want to do is just fire everything you have, because the longer you hold on to your ammunition, the longer stuff like this will happen where you just can't really bring it to bear because there's this enemy cavalry everywhere. But I mean, that cavalry of Gondor is up to 219 kills now. It's doing a solid job. And they really need to utilize that, because as soon as the cav fight on the right hand side is over and then the Eastlings can bring that unit of lancers back to the fight, that kind of cavalry superiority is going to be pretty useless.
Yeah.
Another general went down. Yeah, the Gondorian general has finally been taken out.
And here comes the macemen about to charge the archers. They're going to try to disperse like a bunch of teenagers at a party when the police show up.
Exactly. Just try and go from either side and then just volley in arrows. I'm not sure if teenagers volley in arrows at the police, but...
No, that's not a good idea. But yeah, no, they definitely need to do that. But I just think there's too many. There's too many runic units. They're not going to be able to establish a position where they can just sit back and fire their arrows. And the balance of power is...
The elves are running over, and if they can get these 2 units to safety, then maybe there's a chance. The elves hold the front line.
That is true. That is true. I mean, the elves do have enough to maybe even turn the tide of this battle I mean, I think all the generals are dead, so they're kind of on an even playing field there. But Rune needs to be careful. If he charges in carelessly, he can lose a lot of units.
But that cavalry, man, the cavalry is, I think, the nail in the coffin for the forces of good, honestly. That's going to be able to harass these archers, and even if the swords get stuck in, they're still going to be no match for horses. You know, good charge. They have no way to really brace against them. So unless
a lot of halberds left.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be definitely an uphill battle, but we'll be able to see the elves make their valiant last stand with their allies. I never get sick of the kill animations for Attila.
No.
Some really cool ones in there.
Oh.
Yeah, the cavalry. The cavalry going in.
Oh, hold on. The cav's breaking while fighting archers.
Oh, no way. If they could...
The elves.
Yeah,
if
the elves...
they can kill this cav, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, all it takes is one, like, big mass rout.
Yeah, I mean, the generals... Oh, there we go. It's shattered.
Yeah, and the other one's really low as well. If that one can be taken out, oh my god, this battle could completely turn around. It's going! It's going! Is it going to run?
It's breaking.
I think it's just going to make it out of there. I don't think there's any...
Wait, but look at this. The elves are flanking the Easterling infantry.
Oh, this is pretty huge.
The flanks are huge. How does this happen?
At this point in the battle, literally a little tickle on the back and the Eastlings could run away. As soon as they start to lose men, the cavalry is coming back, though.
In the ear.
Exactly. Oh, they're routing, but the cavalry is coming back. This battle is so close. Even that balance of power is looking so good. The cavalry charging in, the archers volleying. Bring it down, bring it down.
They're trying. Oh.
Yeah, and it's just a battle of morale at this point. Who breaks first? And I think
if they can kill this cav, they can win it. Well,
yeah. Oh, they're so close to breaking. Look at it.
Yeah. The infantry's breaking.
Oh my god, now we can surround the archers. That cavalry bow is so huge. Oh my god, they can surround the archers and break them. The cavalry coming back in, though, is huge. Oh my god, if they can just not lose that. Oh, and the cavalry got stuck on its own units. That's going to completely dissipate the charge. Yes, oh my god, the archers are breaking. Can the elves do this? And they're going to kill that cavalry as it pulls out. They're going to take so many casualties.
The runic archers.
The halberds coming in. That's going to be huge. If that cavalry goes down, the battle is over.
Oh, they're breaking. They're breaking.
So close. They just need to... Oh my god, that's the 4th time now the Lancers have almost fled the battlefield. The elven morale is really good as well. Look at that. It's green and everything. This cav charge is going to be painful. It's a really nice cav charge.
Oh, they
broke the archers, and the morale's going. The morale's going. The halberds reforming. This is awful for them now.
Oh, wait. The elves are breaking. The archers are finally breaking.
The cav's gone, though. The cav's gone. It's just the 2 halberds left.
Gone. It's down to pretty much 2 units here.
Oh my god, they need to put out their units and just hit these guys from 2 sides. It's literally the only way they can do it.
Yep, that's what they're doing. I
think the elven morale has this. Like, I mean, the halberds could probably form square if they're smart about it. I think these halberd units can form a square, and if that is the case, and they just win.
Oh my god, this is so close.
Yeah, no, maybe these halberds can't form a square.
He's charging the back of them, the side they're not paying attention to. And then I'm sure the other one's going to charge in soon.
Yeah, as soon as they turn. And that's it. That's the battle, surely. As long as they're microing correctly, yep, just getting that unit to keep on running. There you go, they've turned. Now the swords immediately get brought in. That has to be it.
That's the big weakness of halberds.
Halberds do turn. But the morale is dropping.
Oh, they're breaking. They're breaking.
Nice
micro. It off.
Yeah, holy, that is crazy. Considering how bad that balance of power bar was.
Yeah.
Well played by the elves there at the end.
Yeah, really good job. And then Gondor did what he needed to just hold back Rune until the elves defeated Dale.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying we'd already written them off, right? We were like, Eastlings have got this after that, decisive victory, and then, boom, Pyrrhic victory, man. What an end! What an end to that battle.
In a battle like this that's so close, it's like nobody wins here.
Yeah, they come back with like two people. Oh, we won the battle, but we
won. Yeah. Oh, but everybody else is dead, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of brutal. But if we look at the kills really quickly of the units, you can see the Gondorian cavalry, 255 kills, not a bad one. I think that was the unit that managed to break through the enemy lines and get stuck in. The elf-wise, they got, oh my god, some of their Noldrin swords got 400 and 2 kills. That's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, that's what won it there. It's just the professionalism of the elves.
Yeah, indeed. And then on the other side, Eastlings, 230 kills on their Lancers. Pretty impressive. Some of their shock infantry did pretty good. And then finally on Dale, no one in Dale really stepping up. I think their archers, obviously the best part, but they were also the most expensive part of their army. So it's kind of not surprising to see that they got the most kills. But there we go, guys. That was an insane battle. Probably one of the closest battles I've seen in a long time. A really crazy ending. Obviously, if you enjoy this, make sure you go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. Go check out Apollo if you haven't already, and obviously also go check out the Rise of Mordor Discord where we got this replay from. They're hosting battles all the time, so if you want to find some more people to play Rise of Mordor with, that's the place to be. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time.